thing is, are you um, no tax benefit for the ready to move in flats or as well as or under construction? I
Sir,
don't think so. Now the government giving them.
Okay, see, with respect to tax benefit, the buyer side, if the property is under construction, generally they cannot avail the tax benefit, sir. Okay, the housing interest and principal can be claimed only when the possession and it is ready to move it. Okay, so from the buyer side, that is a disadvantage if you go for a loan with respect to paying the under construction property, or that is the thing, sir. It's better for a ready to move in property, you can actually avail.
Yeah.
There is one more query, Amrit.
Yes, sir.
Can we initiate private industrial park, say in 50-acre or 100-acre land for a plug-and-play model, as it is considered as one of the sunrise sectors now? Is there a real demand, especially in view of shift of global companies in India? That's what it relates to the same query of Japan and Chinese companies moving into India or looking to move into India. I know something related to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we already discussed the advantages. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. See, again, sir, the restrictions are in such a way that it's not that flexible for all companies to actually come and start here newly. Okay, only those companies which are already a bigger brand, okay, they actually have large scale of operation. For them, it is feasible if they shift in India to actually capitalize on the cost. So only those type of sector and those companies will actually start a industrial park or will start up a company here.
Okay.
Right. So
there is another query. I mean, this is from my end. I'm sure we have addressed MSME related query earlier as well. Yeah. But in terms of MSME, do real estate broking service industry also get funded by the bankers, or how does this new scheme, which was announced by the PMO office sometime back, and our finance minister had announced fundings for MSME micro segment by primarily, which is all for existing loanees or fresh loans can be applied for?
Sir, this scheme this scheme what the government has brought, MSME scheme, is for existing borrowers, sir. It is not for new loan takers. Okay. So if a realtor wants to apply for a new loan, okay, it is purely they can only go for a overdraft or working capital loan. Okay. So that loan can be availed purely based on your financial statements, on the strength of your balance sheet. Okay. And they will definitely see what is the gap. Do you really need require a working capital loan? Okay. And have you shown enough profits, paid enough taxes? Only then you become eligible for a new loan.
Okay.
So this is in line with any company for that matter. Generally, after 2 years, they will be eligible for availing a loan. So if you have started 2 years back, and if you filed 2 years of your IT return, so generally they say minimum 3 years banks ask. But if your financials are good and you've done some good sales in last 2 years, based on that, definitely you can get a working capital loan.
Okay.
That is possible, sir.
Because generally we are under the impression that since we are part of a very unorganized sector, I mean, since we have our real estate community, it's still not organized. We have a perception as an individual. I have always been having perception that for a business like real estate broking. See, because our overheads are only pertaining to the salaries and advertisement. It's not that we own machineries or we own any assets as such. So still we do get funded, is it, by the bankers?
Yes, sir. Because I have seen a couple of realtors who have availed working capital loan. Reason being, they are having a kind of organized setup where they do everything with system and process. They sign agreements officially. They have already lined up a lot of agreements. Say for 3 months, 6 months, they have got already signed up an agreement that they will be selling all those property. And the banker also looks what kind of properties you dealing, what kind of structuring you do. Okay, who are your clients? So whether you are dealing with a B2C or are you dealing with a B2B? Okay, So if you are dealing with B2C, generally what they see is the stability of your orders, what is coming in. Okay. In respect to B2B, that is business to business, they see who are the brands you are tied up with. Okay. And what are the exclusive rights you have got as a realtor.
Okay.
So there are so many other factors. That's what I said. If you're organized, definitely any banker will be ready to fund you based on your financial.
Okay.
Okay. On the other side, finance is definitely a very important part with respect to getting funding, sir.
Okay.
So you should know how much to leverage, when to go in for a loan, what should be your fixed cost, what should be your fixed cost to your sales ratio. So you will have to actually at least understand the basics, because I've seen a lot of people, including realtors, that if you ask something from their own balance sheet, company's balance sheet, it becomes difficult for them to answer.
True.
Okay. So they mostly depend on accountant or auditor generally. Okay. But my request is, at least as an entrepreneur, as a realtor owner, we should know the basics of finance and accounting. Only then we'll be in a position to at least go to the banker. If the banker asks a few questions, we'll be able to answer. But the problem is most of the time the owner goes to the bank, they are not able to answer anything. So when you are not able to answer anything, the bank does not have confidence to give you loan.
True.
That is the reason it gets rejected.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know how far you'll be able to, Nazir, sorry, there is another query. Why is real estate not granted industry status, or even though industries like film industry have got it? I mean, this is from out of the perspective, this question has been asked, but if you could still answer it, it will be helpful.
Okay. Sir, again, it's the same thing, sir. There are a lot of cash transaction which is happening. That is one thing. Second thing is, with respect to the rates of real estate, okay, lot of places where the rates are already hyped actually. Okay. So when there is no stability in an industry, definitely the funding also gets hit. So if an industry is stably growing, okay, so that industry only generally gets funded. But if you see the real estate industry, there's always been an up and down. Okay, the stability is not there. Reason being, there are a lot of unorganized players. There are a lot of companies where they are highly leveraged. So if they put in own money, say 5 crores, they go in for a debt funding or loan up to 10 times, 20 times. So they are taking too much risk, so that they are not able to pay the loan. So because of the past history and the repayment structure, the banks have identified real estate as a sector where they are not easily getting funded. But there are a lot of banks which are funding for construction. There are banks who are funding it for a proper JV if the project is good. So it is on a case-to-case basis, sir. We cannot say banks are not funding at all. It's not like that.
Okay. Yeah, that is
Banks would fund for construction companies because they have the stock, they have inventories in terms of bricks and other materials, construction material. Wherein as a broker community is where we had concern. As a broker community,
Okay.
we live on space inventory, right? So
Okay. But the thing, sir, banks are not funding. But actually, how the companies or builders or construction companies or other people are getting funding is basically from the NBFCs. That is non-banking finance company. Okay, so a lot of banks, they themselves have a NBFC of their own. So because the NBFC's norms are little on a lesser side compared to a bank. So banks' norms are little strict. Okay, but the NBFC's norms are little on a lesser side. So a lot of NBFCs are giving loan to companies.
brokers.
Yeah. Brokers and
You
companies.
had something to say, sorry.
Nothing.
Nazir?
Nothing. So
There is one more query by one of our participants. It says new classification is given for MSME less than 1 crore and above. So how can a bank, how can they classify and not give a new loan? I mean, this query you had answered again, I mean, already I believe, but still they have raised another question.
yeah.
Okay, sir. new loan. So this scheme, what the government has got in is basically for the companies existing borrowers only. Okay. For a new company, it does not stop you to actually apply it for the loan. Only that the scheme is for existing borrowers and not for new people. Because if new people, we cannot see the track record. If there is a new loan, we cannot know the track record. How will the person pay? But if it's an existing borrower, they are having already a loan with a banker. So he knows the history of you if you are existing borrower. But if you are a new loan taker, they will not know what is your history. Whether you will take the loan and escape, they don't know. So that's why they have not got it for a new borrower.
What is this under champion scheme? He is referring to champion scheme.
Okay.
Okay. That's the same query. The earlier question was he is referring that to the champion scheme, and the champion scheme gives permission. Allows people to fund for the new loans, is what he says.
That's what, sir. New schemes are there for startups.
Okay.
So it is not that like new borrowers cannot take loan. Only thing is what the MSME due to this COVID they have given the package, right? That is only for existing borrowers. So there are a lot of other schemes for startup also. Like Mudra loan is there. That is for startups basically. Okay. There is one more scheme called NEEDS. NEEDS. That is also for startup. Okay. There is one more scheme for, suppose you are a realtor, okay, and you are bringing some technology in your company. Say, for example, you are a real estate advisor company, and you are bringing in some innovation in your company. There is a scheme called Startup India scheme. You can apply for that scheme also. So where you get 3 years income tax, you need not pay. You are allowed to get a deduction. So there are various schemes for startups also, sir. And there is a SIDBI bank which gives for startups. SIDBI,
is it? SIDBI. Okay.
SIDBI.
Nazir, you continue.
Yeah, nothing. So thank you so much. I think, Secretary, can you?
Yeah, if you have any other queries? No.
I think would love to hear from you. Maybe send the queries to your mail ID. Later we can address to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I thank Mr. Amrit for taking his time out and addressing all the queries. And it was a very, very insightful session. Hope we'll have more such sessions in the coming days. And I thank each and every participant to have been patiently, following our program. And hope these sessions will give more, courage for us to take things forward in this pandemic. And post-pandemic, we will all come successful with the learnings which we have had to date, and also all these days we have, learnings which we had in the past few days. So thank you all, one and all, for participating in the program. And please share your questions by email, or we will share our association web's email. Please share all your inquiries. We will get it addressed by Amrit and other personalities in the industry.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
My request is opportunities are there. Opportunities are there. There are a lot of doors where you can open. So it's up to us how we see the opportunity and how we capitalize and improve ourselves.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.